I have a broader interest
Yes.
than simply the presuppositional argument. It would seem strange from watching my channel, but it's literally the least interesting thing to me. It was interesting to me for about 2 weeks in the summer, and I had an opportunity to talk to Sai because he contacted me. But I personally, it's such a vapid argument. There's really nothing to it, and I applaud these people for being so confident and gung ho in their defense of that argument. But it's just idiotic, and I don't. Honestly, if you talk to Christians in your life, none of them know who Sai is, and none of them know who Eric is. Well, Eric's a different case, but
but even Eric is a. I think within his own little circle, he's a big fish, but it's a very small pond. But when you look at the wider sort of pool of Christians, he is a very small fish. He's not in the same league as somebody like Frank Turek or William Lane Craig. He's just not there at all.
I would say apologists in general are a very small fish in the Christian pool. And I'm speaking for the United States. I don't really know how things are in the UK, but we do have a large homeschool community in certain areas of the U.S. For last summer, I was working up in Conifer, Colorado. I'm from Denver, Colorado. Conifer, if you've seen South Park, the cartoon, Conifer is right next to South Park. We saw the South Park police all the time. So there is a large homeschool community in this area. And one of the cool things about, and I'm getting back to the Bill Nye thing for a second, is that these homeschool kids actually, their parents would show them Bill Nye videos.
Yeah.
Because they could selectively pick Bill Nye videos that weren't really important to the age of the earth. They could just, Bill Nye had a video about volcanoes or rivers or something that, so a lot of people criticize Bill Nye for talking to Ken Ham, and I can see where they're coming from. I think it was a really good thing because I think very few people know about people like Kent Hovind and Slyton Bergenkate. Very few people have watched YouTube debates. I've probably seen 50 YouTube evolution debates. I think the average American's probably seen maybe 1 or 2, if that.
Yeah.
So they've popularized this, and they've brought light to a segment of the population that acted like it wanted a lot of attention, but I don't think they really wanted as much attention as they thought. Yeah. They might have. I don't think that Creation Museum really wants that to be the vision of when people are trying to argue for intelligent design being brought into schools. I don't think they want people to really know what they mean about it.
Yeah.
And I'm overall I'm very happy with that discussion, and
it's good. It's good.
I mean, you haven't watched it yet, I'm guessing. Oh, I'm sorry.
The Ken Ham no, I have not watched it at all, to be honest.
And I was going to say, are you aware of the in one of my videos I put a little clip for it, but Eric Hovind for the last 3 years has supposedly been planning on making a 3D Genesis movie. Ken Ham is... Huh?
A 3D Genesis movie? Gosh.
Yes. So, okay, here, a little backstory. So, Ken Ham has the Creation Museum in Kentucky?
Yeah.
They were trying to use state funds about 4 years ago to build an Ark experience. So this was going to be... It was going to be about 40 miles from the Creation Museum. It was going to be a life-size Ark. That ultimately got defeated. So what Ken Ham decided to do was to go online and petition people for money. So it has a website. It has all this exciting stuff about what this Ark is going to look like, and all these little pictures of kind of like the amusement park. And it had a little bar that would show, how much donations they had received. Now, this is very odd because they have never built this thing, but they've been receiving donations on this webpage. So it kind of looks like just this borderline scam to get money.
Yeah.
Now, Eric Hovind did something similar to this with the Genesis 3D movie. So they've got they've got a nice trailer they've produced, a nice 2-minute trailer with, 3D lions and monkeys climbing up trees and sun glare and all that. but the date of completion continuously gets pushed back year after year.
Yeah.
So
is it a money thing? They just can't get all the finances together then to do it?
Well, now here's where they connect. The funny thing is, in the most recent previews for this 3D Genesis movie, Ken Ham has now joined into it. So now they have an interview with Ken Ham in the Genesis 3D movie, and it's just so obvious what they're doing. I mean, it was part 1 was supposed to be released this fall, and now if you go to their site, they don't know.